And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for some more Overwatch action. I'm Achilles off the desk, back in the booth alongside Wolf. We're going to be jumping into our second series of the day. Washington Justice getting ready to square off against the Paris Eternal. Both of these teams are out of playoff contention. This is their last match of the season. Both teams going to be looking to go out with a bang.
Yeah, they certainly are. We've got a lot to look forward to in this matchup. I think the one thing that everyone is really honing in on, though, is going to be Soon versus Corey on the sniper here, going into this final series for these two teams. Soon, a phenomenal Widow player, a great Tracer player throughout his career. And, you know, we've been saying it all throughout Stage 4, you know, form is temporary, but class is permanent. And that is certainly the case here with Soon. Corey, a rising star, a rookie player, you know, potentially a candidate for Rookie of the Year here in the Overwatch League.
Oh, absolutely. An
absolute star on the Widow, and they're going to face off here. It's actually nuts how these two match up so well against other Widowmakers and Hanzos.
Yeah, I mean, Washington Justice, for them, we're looking for that perfect stage. Couldn't quite get there. So go ahead and review the stats coming through for the Widowmaker. So far, in Stage 4, Corey way up there at the top, but Soon is kind of nipping at his heels.
And when you look at these stats, Corey has higher hero damage per 10, slightly, you know, over Soon in terms of the rankings. His playstyle is a little bit more conservative than Soon. Soon looks for headshots only a lot of the time in these fights. Is very similar to Carpe in that regard. We talked about this a lot yesterday, but Corey, you know, we'll see if he can end up getting the duels, because I think that in a lot of these duels, if we do get to see them, especially going into Assault, you know, you kind of do favor Soon in terms of the 1v1. They're both, you know, up there. Soon's number 5 right now, but they have very different play styles. And we'll see how it pans out.
Yeah, we'll have to see how things square off. I mean, I was expecting a little bit more Widowmaker from our first series. Didn't quite get that. Bird Ring showing it for just a moment. We saw Erster actually pull out the Widowmaker, but I think that it's a little bit of a safer bet between Corey and Soon that we will have those Widowmakers come out. Let's go ahead and bring out our first team to the stage. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage for the last time this season, the Paris Eternal.
Paris were eliminated from playoffs last night. It was not up to them. They were able to take that first series in a very impressive fashion, shocking everyone, getting that upset win versus the Shanghai Dragons. And now, Soon and friends take the stage here. Paris Eternal get to go out with a bang here and take out the team that is currently 5-1 in the standings. To take them out here would be a great stopping point. Only Atlanta has been able to take down Washington Justice here in Stage 4.
Yeah, Atlanta has been on fire just now. Previously taking down the London Spitfire, so they do look good. If the Paris Eternal could do the same, give another loss over to the Washington Justice would be a very nice high note to go out on. We'll see if they could do it as we go ahead and bring out their opponents to the stage. Also, for the last time in this season, it's the Washington Justice.
Washington Justice have had a season, and they're all walking out
have shades. The Stratus effect has been spreading to the rest of the team, I see.
Certainly has. This is their 28th and final match of the regular season. They had 2 wins before Stage 4. 5 of their 7 wins come in this final stage where they finally come online. There's no hope of a playoffs. There's no Stage 4 finals. There's nothing to fight here for the Washington Justice, but they just keep winning. They are staying composed. They are staying happy on stage. There's nothing ever going to get this team down, and they look phenomenal.
And that's the thing. That's what they're playing for. They're playing to have fun. We've already heard from Corey. You know, despite the rough first 3 stages of the season, barely picking up any victories, they were still able to persevere and keep their chins held high. But
now, looking at, zooming in here on Sansam, someone you and I have been kind of calling Uncle Sam, Uncle Sam, if you will, in, you know, off camera, because he's one of the best Roadhogs right now in the league in terms of hook accuracy. He's one of the unsung heroes of this team right now, in fact, because, you know, you see Corey popping off, you see Stratus, they're always on the front of the camera shots right there with the sunglasses. Look at this guy's Roadhog stats. Full hog kills per 10, he's number 1. #1 in terms of fewest deaths per 10 as well, as some of these other stats are great. And when you're 4th in terms of hero damage per 10, when so much of your damage is coming from Corey and Stratus, that is insanely impressive. So this is one of these players you absolutely want to look out for right now in this league and going into 2020.
To be in the top 4 for all those stats, very, very impressive for Sun. So I'm taking a look at our map set presented by Toyota, though. See that we will be starting things off on Ilios, then into Hanamura, Kings Row, and Junkertown, unless we can have a Game 5 series on our hands, which certainly is possible between these two teams that have resurged so very hard in Stage 4.
Certainly have. Be a big upset, you know. If you looked at the standings, it'd be a big upset for Stage 4 for Paris to take this, but with how they played against Shanghai, I don't know if we could say that anymore. I think this is a pretty close matchup. Favor definitely goes to the Justice. We are going to see different compositions here. The Mei Reaper versus the Widow. Corey gets a high ground control.
Already, Cloudy going to be taken out. Corey up there on the pillar, just going to be ran down. Finzi pushing up and Shadowburn with a headshot. Able to go ahead and take him out. Soon's going to be taking a bit of a nap at the moment, not opting into that Widowmaker 1v1 at the moment. We'll see if he wants to change things up. He does fall to Kito's Bionade. Shadowburn comes up with another one as Giannis gets eliminated, but they punish him. Sansam coming up with a pick off there onto the Mei. An exchange coming through as Stratus gets taken down as well. Paris Eternal will be able to get the first lockdown of the point.
Now
Control generating percent.
This is usually extremely important when you get the first cap of this composition, especially when things are mirrored. But for the Justice here, they have a Widow, so you always have that opportunity to take it back with your control of the range.
Pull back there onto Cloudy, but Finzi's prepared, has that D-Matrix, keeps him safe for the moment. The Ant Matrix out, bomb into the back, weakens Giannis, but they can't quite kill him off. Wasn't close enough to that explosion, so we'll be able to stay alive for a little bit longer here. Sansam going on the flank, Hook is up and ready to roll. Hasn't found his target yet. Tries to go for Soon, barely misses that one, couldn't quite thread the needle on it. Tries to take a breather, but will be eliminated there at the end. It's at the cost of Cruz, but now the front line completely broken down on the side of the Washington Justice. Paris Eternal, for the moment at least, holding firmly this point.
Corey grabbing Cloudy though, and Soon does fall. This is going to be their opening here. They had the Inversight, they used it, they have to commit.
Trying to make their way back in, but now the Blizzard's going to be coming through from Shadowburn, looking to freeze up some of the members of the Washington Justice, and Stratus will be caught. Trying to keep him topped up, seeming like they are able to do so with the help of that Immortality field.
They had
him behind the pillar, so cannot finish that one off.
They had to use both support ultimates, Paris Eternal, to defend this, so Washington has one more real shot at this, and there's the hook.
Yep,
I want you.
Cruz taken down. Have that Ant Matrix up. Corey is waiting somebody to peek out. And pretty much destroy anybody on the side of the Paris Eternal with a single headshot when shooting through that, but didn't have the angle, so has to wrap around the side. Another great pull there. Run Sansam will be able to take down Soon. Now Shadowburn gone as well. Corey finding the snipe. No DPS members on the side of the Paris Eternal, no tanks. No nothing, no point. The flip will come through, but Paris hold it well up above 90%.
Yeah, going to be hitting that 91, it looks like here, just a little bit above that, and we'll see Soon swap to the Widow. As I was mentioning before, the approach is so difficult for Mei Reaper, and you feel pretty good when you have a Widow, when you're stuck, when you lose control of a point. You feel good to be able to, you know, use your grapple to get into a nice spot. But when there's an enemy Widow on the other side, it gets more complicated. Soon will challenge here. Corey has vision. He knows that Soon can't hit him from where he's standing, so he's actually going to take pot shots at the enemy squad instead.
Yeah, did dink him there for the moment. Still going on that flank, will grapple back, but he is dangerously close to the enemy team. Oh, luckily they have not noticed him, so we'll be okay. Poison trap gonna be triggered. That's a drop down coming in from Soon. They scope in, Corey popping up onto the high ground. Seems like Soon's gonna have the advantage. As he grapples up, we'll be able to find that kill. All's well and good for Soon in the 1v1, but the rest of the Paris Eternal are suffering on the reapproach over to the point.
Shadowburn was trying to set up for a Blizzard fight meanwhile on the other side of things, but he couldn't get into position, and because Soon was chasing down Corey, the Justice were able to close that gap there and take that ground fight. So it ended up being a really nice fight for the Washington Justice because of Corey's shenanigans, if you will. It's not really a fair fight they took there.
Oh, another great opening shot there from Corey, just going to be delaying them even further. Obviously no mercy in the comp for the Paris Eternal, so no way to just instantly put Cruz back into the fight.
All right, Corey sees Soon here, might challenge the 1v1.
It doesn't stay on that high ground, just jumps across. Never really want to re-peek from the same angle twice in a row as a sniper. That goes for pretty much any game. Soon this time. Just like that, comes up with 2. And as Corey and Keto will be taken out. Shadowburn with a headshot of his own. Manages to find the elimination on the Stratus, and now Sansam going to be taken down. That is just going to be a very clean team wipe. The hands of the Paris Eternal, and Justice, can they even tag in? They have the Doomfist coming out, but Stratus is taking shots on the approach and just cannot get close enough, so that will be the round going back into the hands of the Paris Eternal.
Now, I mentioned this before, even though Corey has the stronger Widow 1v1 stat in terms of rankings, I favored Soon going into this matchup, and that's because of playstyle. Corey is often tracking where Soon is, but he's not trying to kill him in the 1v1. He's trying to look for other picks. He's trying to put pressure on the front line. Soon is a hunter in terms of killing backline players. We're going to take a look at this set of kills he got here to help close out the round. I mean, look, this is what Soon does. He looks for kills only. He's not going to go for damage. He's not going to go for, you know, chunking down some of the tanks. Not really. That's not his playstyle. We talked about this a lot when he played against Shanghai yesterday. And that's what makes him such a formidable opponent in the Widow v Widows specifically. A matchup he was winning throughout Ruins there. Corey almost double the damage of Soon at the moment, but Soon gets the more impactful kills, and that's a playstyle difference, and not all Widows play the same way. That's something that I've been trying to stress a lot over these last 2 matches.
Speaking of differences, we see one slight difference coming out from the side of the Justice as Corey finds the opening shot on the Soon. It's going to be the wrecking ball for Giannis, and Sansam over onto the Orisa. So changing things up, normally you see that Orisa Hog come through, especially onto well, because you have the Hulk, you have got the hooks to pull people into that well. But a bit of an alteration on a usually fairly standard composition from the side of the Washington Justice. Giannis is able to get in deep, takes down Cloudy after that headshot from Corey, who then gets dunked on by Shadowburn, who will also then dunk on Stratus. Gets rid of both damage dealers here for the Washington Justice. Is in the back line, trying to take down Arc. Give over some a little bit, but still has that pocket healing coming through from Cruz. Does fall low on that Mercy, but will be able to escape and get top back up. Shadowburn getting tagged up multiple times by Guido. Will get finished off by the Bionade here in the end. The point still not getting capped, but as they zone back Guido, they will be able to lock this one down.
Shadowburn gets picked there, but rezzed at the last moment. Shadowburn doing more damage overall in the Pharah battle because of the lack of a Diva that the Justice had while they were running that Orisa for Sansam. Now that he's swapped over to the Diva, there'll be less poke potential as Corey is actually changing the story here in terms of the Widow duel, but Shadowburn has had a lot of extra free reign. He will have Barrage first here unless he gets picked.
Doesn't hurt when you get those shots in on the Stratus either. Take him out of the sky. Giannis pushing forward. Does manage to find one. And a boost was out on the Finzi. Uses the self-destruct looking for a pick, and Arc is going to be taken down in the back line. So far, a 1-for-1 as the res was used on to Gray to put him back into the fight with the minefield there from Giannis. Used it so very long ago. Takes down Gray, and Corey right up close and personal with Soon finds a headshot again.
I mean, Corey's playing like he's angry about how Ruins went. He's really turning this around, crushing Soon with these flanks. He was trying to do it a little bit on Ruins, but unfortunately got kind of called out a few times, got picked by Soon himself. Now Soon will have the Impresight on this approach to take back the point, so we'll have the vision advantage. Shadowburn has the barrage that can kind of go with this extra pressure. Got to get Sansam out of the way first.
Well, Impresight rolling for Soon. Sees the jump up there from the Pharah from Arc. Does get tagged on that Mercy, but the passive healing comes through, so will be safer now. Justice still in control of the point, getting ready to pass the Paris Eternals percentage. As Corey is under some pressure into the back. The barrage ready to go, might not have to use it, does not. We'll just go ahead, be able to take down Corey. Now Giannis gonna fall. Stratus uses the barrage of his own, but the sleep comes in instantly from Gray. Loses his life, but saves the rest of his team. A noble sacrifice, and Paris Eternal will be able to flip back into their control, barely losing the lead, now back in it.
Very close between these two right now. Shadowburn still holds that barrage. And if they can demech Sansam, I mean, there's a great golden opportunity here, especially because he's operating around this lighthouse here. He can't really be hit. So he's not under threat right now of Corey. Well, that happens when you go on the other side of the lighthouse.
Yep, kept pushing forward. And that is quite costly in the end. Looking for the sleep there on Giannis. He might have actually caught him at the moment, but he got woken up pretty much instantly. Pushing forward to Sansam, counts down Soon, finds that kill. As Cloudy is just left behind his feeble barrier, all by himself. As Arc will take care of that.
It's a big testament to Sansam as well that he has not really faced too much pressure. He hasn't really been demeched. He hasn't been threatened in such a way he has to use his defense matrix elsewhere. So Shadowburn never used the barrage. He just swapped off of Pharah to they're looking for an EMP fight here with the Sombra. But he just says, look, I'm not going to deal with this D.Va. He's just on top of it right now. I'm going to do something better.
A hook there onto Giannis, the Bionade coming through. D-Matrix out from Sansam, trying to keep them all protected, but Giannis still going to be taken out as Cruz finds the kill. Headshot from Corey will get rid of Gray. Down a healer, no chance at the nano boost here for the Bears Eternal, but still are getting ready to flip that point. Sansam pushes forward. The lone tank trying to wait for Giannis to rejoin so they can continue to contest, but time and time again, Corey finds the headshots here onto Soon, denying any kind of flank angle as they were trying to finish off Sansam's mech. Cloudy again back in the same corner, a bit of deja vu coming through. Nano boost going to be used to try to keep him alive, but there's just so much pressure being applied by the Washington Justice right now. They manage to take him down again, and Binzi will fall to that minefield. Tag in for the moment from Shadowburn was there soon as well. Now on that Tracer, trying to keep things in OT. In a rock in a hard place there is Corey. Will get taken down. Giannis moving forward, finds the melee kill onto Gray. Shadowburn nearly with the EMP online. The sound barrier already going to be used by the Washington Justice. EMP comes out first from Stratus, however, and Shadowburn gets caught. Will get taken down. Arc pushes forward, manages to find the kill. Into OT, Justice just looking to close this out to extend this to one final round on Lighthouse to try to take the map. Bionade is there and soon just can't quite get on to the point in time, so Justice will be able to take the second round of Ilios.
Going to a third and final round, Corey really turned around the Widow matchup in a big way. A lot of the kills he had over Soon were in straight-up duels where there were no external factors. I mean, sometimes he just straight-up outplayed him. There were a few moments where obviously Soon didn't have line of sight as where Corey was, and Corey was flanking and getting those kills, but he was running circles around him in a lot of ways there. And as we head into Lighthouse, the battle is going to change quite a bit. We may not even see Widowmaker here because of how difficult it is to get sight lines. This map, usually you operate around Reaper May because you have the ability to play the point, get there quickly, you see the teleporter come out, and then you battle there with the extra healing. These two teams, though, they're going to run this mirrored Widow Pharah, and you know, you never really get full control of line of sight here. You kind of have to peek because there's so many walls that you can hide behind.
Got a lot of different angles to play around, but great hook there onto Sansam, but no way to knock him out of the mech. First healing does come through, and they keep him topped up. Ito nearly eliminated. Will slowly get pocketed back up by Arc, who then lunges straight back into the sky alongside Stratus.
Too honest.
That double threat, though.
Too honest to help shut these down as well.
Yep. Well, now no pocket healing available for Stratus. He's going in deep. He's looking for that double tap. Cannot find it. He's getting tagged up by Gray at the same time. Tries to retreat, but Cruz is there to go ahead and finish off that far. Corey able to answer one back, taking down Soon, but Shadowburn finds the kill onto the enemy Widow. The point has since been locked down by the Pair's Eternal. We're ticking up now 50%.
The winning kill was killing the Mercy. I mean, Soon takes out Arc, and that's why you see Stratus just go Hail Mary into the front line, because he knows he's going to die. There's no way he's going to live. He's going to get picked by almost anything, so he just wants to go for a Hail Mary push there. So you basically essentially get 2 for 1. He's back. He takes out the Mercy himself this time.
Yep. Turning that one right back around on its head. Shadowburn going to be getting that nano boost into Stratus. Sniped out by Soon. Shadowburn with 9 HP. Tries to retreat from Corey. Let's go ahead and finish him off. The res is there, however, from Cruz. So not much time wasted. Corey spraying down with the left click. Just gets rid of Soon. Now Gray going to be gone. So advantage over to the side of the Washington Justice. Especially so now that Shadowburn and Binzi have also fallen. So Flip coming back in. There's Eternal. Be close to 60% on that first cap.
There's the cap coming through. Kind of peculiar. We didn't have Cruz keeping Shadowburn alive there. He did get the res temporarily, but a little bit surprising that he wasn't able to get him back up to full health. Must have been elsewhere. Couldn't tether to him because he was in that room to get the Guardian Angel off. Stratus here just controlling the poke war right now as Paris will try to approach with this Infrasight.
Bombs up over the top. He's going to be hiding there on the stairwell, but Cloudy and Cruz up down the dry do get taken down. Vision's up from Soon, who's trying to get the spot onto Corey, but he jumps off the backside of the point, denying that vision away. Can now continue to re-peek.
Not really winnable here for Soon.
Saw it there just for a moment. Corey coming out on top. Here's the bomb. Lob straight in behind the barrier and above it.
Yeah, Soon's back in spawn now after that pick from Corey because he was trying to challenge Afara without any pocketing. He's rezzed so he doesn't actually have to come back from spawn. I lied, but this is a really nice setup for the Justice now because Paris struggling to find these windows. There's going to be another res here.
Yep, Rocket's going to be coming down from above. Stratus looking for the pickoff. Has that barrage ready to go, as does Shadowburn. Be especially careful about that positioning, but the alley-oop. Corey able to find the final blow there on as soon as Stratus sets up the play. Corey gonna be taken down. Cruz comes in with another kill. Bron's gonna be dropped in straight in under the point. Both tanks and the supercharger all gonna be vanishing. As with the rest of the Paris Eternalists, effectively. Shadowburn, however, drops in. Sleep will come in a little bit late. He manages to find 2 kills. Sansam finishes him off. And Justice will get the pass flip back into their favor.
Very quick turnaround here. And in terms of ultimates, we are almost mirrored. The big missing one is going to be the supercharger for the Paris Eternal, and that's going to allow Stratus to get so much done. And Corey is crushing this matchup. He started losing on Ruins, but it is a different story here on Lighthouse and Well. Another kill here, and Cruz just can't get into position. Okay, he does finally get the res off, but that puts, right now, Shadowburn in a pretty risky spot, especially with the Infra Sight.
And there he goes. It doesn't even matter if Corey's back in there with the Infra Sight. It's going to be Stratus who comes up with a kill. Going to build his way up to another barrage, but might not need it. Might not have to even get close enough to that. Because they're at 96%, and somebody's going to tag in. Cloudy has made his way over onto the point, but Vincey's taking a nap just now, going to be woken up. Going lower and lower, actually off the side of the map, it would seem. That'll be the closeout. Justice able to take it in the end. Corey and Stratus constantly coming out on top of their counterparts.
Not a bad series from Paris either, though. It was a pretty close one. We saw a little bit of back and forth. See if Soon can bounce back on Assault here with the Widow, or if Corey is just going to keep going forward with the dominant plays and what is oftentimes legitimately a 1v1.
Yeah, really good stuff here, but both teams making it very close, but Justice able to take the first map in the end. We'll see if Paris can tie us up when we come back for the next map.
The Overwatch League is powered by Intel. Game, record, stream without compromise on Intel Core i7. And by Omen by HP, the official PC and display of the Overwatch League.
They don't just play for a team. They play for every fan, every rival, every moment, every match. And when everyone watching expects the best, they perform with the best.
That is right. Grand Finals coming up faster and faster as the days go on. We'll get the homestand next week. Then we go straight into the play-ins, the playoffs, and that Grand Finals is waiting for us in Philadelphia on September 29th. So make sure you get your tickets while they're still available, while you can still get the closest seats to the stage.
Yep. Washington Justice fans are out in force for their final match here, as shown there in our little camera shot before we head into this. Guido, I don't think I've ever seen Guido smile as much as I've watched him through his career as I have when he's been on the Justice, especially here at the end of Stage 4.
Yeah.
I mean, the total attitude change. He's starting over Sleepy right now, which most people thought would never happen once Sleepy was signed. But, I mean, these players, Corey and Stratus, are the kind of players that are going to keep you happy and motivated no matter what situation you're in. For the Paris Eternal, it's time to bounce back here. We're headed to Hanamura. Not the map that Soon would like. He'd prefer to take Volskaya, absolutely, especially in this Widow duel, you'd think, to prove himself. I mean, a lot of this is about pride for these two teams, especially for Soon, right? Because he's had such a big resurgence on the Widow, and everyone's putting Corey ahead of him right now, and he has the opportunity to at least change the narrative a little bit before 2020.
Well, still going to be opting in with that Widow on the defense. Shadowburn on the Pharah. Justice changing things up as Corey will just go ahead and flip over onto the Widow, and Stratus is showing us the Doomfist again.
You have this opportunity to swap pretty easily as the attacking team. You scout, and you head over. Probably see Stratus, change it up, go to Mei. And you have a little bit more ways to deal with the Pharah this way as well with the Mei. You can, even a body shot from the Widow plus a body shot from the Icicle will take it out, so.
Honestly, kind of thought maybe we would see the Mei Symmetra come through, given that Corey has already played the Sim quite legitimately.
You can see 9-4 right now, by the way, in the Widow duel.
Yep.
In favor of Corey.
We'll see if Soon can even the score, both with the Widow 1v1 as well as the match score. Jump over the top. Small little tag there on the enemy Diva, otherwise not going to be able to find too much. Corey just a bit starved for angles here at the moment, has to peel back onto the walkway. And then, there we go, does manage to find one. Here the res coming through, however, Cruz able to safely bring Shadowburn back into the fight.
Yeah, and Corey wasn't in position to punish the res, so gets away with it for free, so no advantages here. In fact, barrier positioning better for Paris at the moment. Broken.
Yeah, will be broken. They're trying to retreat. Bionade out onto 2. Guido and Giannis both will be heal denied there for the moment. That will expire. They'll be safe for now. Student finds the shot. Sun will fall. Paris Eternal might just be able to hold them off, especially with Corey getting taken down in the back lines.
You could see that Soon's entire game plan is to kill Corey, and that's it. And you can see where Corey is standing. He's standing in such a way where he knows where Soon is, and he knows Soon can't hit him, and he's killing everybody else, or trying to, but Soon is getting the edge on him here a little bit because he isn't focused on Soon. He's standing where Soon can't hit him, and then he feels safe, and Soon moves and kills him.
Hovering above, Barrage online. And Soon this time will be the one to get taken out. Cruz can he get into position? He's going to be jumping over to the side.
That was a pop-up shot.
Take it down on point. So it seems like Cruz has been able to push over. We'll be able to get the res. Vinci is helping to escort him with that D-Matrix. Mortality Field going to be taken down. Justice, they're building up ultimates, but haven't really been able to advance over to the point at all. They're down to 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining. Corey going up for the jump shot with vision. Gets tagged up. Giannis going to be taken down to the back of the hull. Great, just sniping him out, helping with the Bionades.
And without Giannis on the field, you can't really move forward, or you're going to get barraged here.
Stratus ulted back through. Sliver of HP will be able to get that Immortality Field just the last second to stay alive.
Shadowburn almost taking him out there, threading the needle with these shots. The barrage is a big threat when you don't have a Diva, and that's something the Justice have to appreciate. They have to respect.
Yeah.
And, you know, you have to really use a barrier to get in here if you're going to make it through, or Immortality Field, but then you leave yourself open right afterwards. Barrier not in position. Shadowburn.
And Corey again going to be taken out. Cloudy this time finding that killing blow. Arc taking a nap. Will wake up, but everybody on the side of the Justice just crammed inside at the moment, trying to figure out what they're going to do.
That's never where you want to be when, there's a barrage on the other side. Okay, they're going to use the ice wall to try to get in here, but they've isolated themselves. This could be disaster.
I mean, they're wrapping around the back.
He's just waiting to pounce.
Yep, now Guido gonna be taken out, soon finds the shot, so down to support. Corey still trying to rejoin. He's playing out at the front, but he's down to half HP at the moment. And Matrix will come through from Arc as they finally make their way over towards the point. Immortality Field's gonna be used as well. Will not have that when the barrage strikes from Shadowburn. Vision out, soon goes on the hunt trying to take out Corey. Self-destruct, gets rid of the supercharger, the barrage comes in, Stratus gonna be taken down, Sunset manages to find that pull. Bullhog comes in, Yas manages to get rid of the enemy Pharah. Soon, however, answers back another headshot onto Guido, gets rid of the Ana. 2 ticks getting ready to be snagged as Cloudy pushes forward, denies that one away, and so very close. He will be able to take that one now. Hook comes in, soon gonna be taken down. Arc rejoining here, wrapping around the backside, has that Immortality Field thrown up for the rest of his squad. Cloudy finds one onto Stratus, but now Gray gonna be gone, and it seems like the full hold has slipped through the fingers of the Paris Eternal, got so very close to it. But in OT, the Washington Justice, after some cheeky delay from Vinci, they will be able to get the cap on A.
And Sansom with some amazing plays too there in the last few fights, or the last few moments of that long fight. The most notable one is just grabbing Shadowburn out of the barrage. You know, he's like, well, I'm not on Diva, but I can still shut this down. Let me show you another way.
Yeah, it's really easy to hit a stationary target with a hook, as it turns out.
Well, he was in position to do it. That's the impressive part.
Yep. Well, Guido gonna get pulled through and eliminated here as Stratus tries to show us a bit of Genji action.
He's been a little bit far forward. He has the highest amount of deaths on this map right now, at 4.
Paris Eternal looking to show that love to the rest of the squad, but can't quite get the finish. Immortality Field helps keep everybody else alive.
So I'm just breaking barriers. You know, everyone knows about this in the meta right now. You just right-click some barriers as Hog, left-click them if you get lucky.
Fun times. Wall's going to be coming in. Managed to find the isolation on a Stratus. Immortality Field helps him retreat into the back. Decent angle there as he tries to build up towards that Dragon Blade, and already a lot of kills. 4 kills going over to the side of the Washington Justice. He can finally advance over onto the point of 5th. Looking for the 6th. The Shadowburn will be taken down. Stratus comes up with 2.
He can
They're
play
on
the
the point.
exit.
That's going to be Finzi pulled into the corner. Already has used the adaptive shield and Nano boost. Will it do enough to keep him alive? Immortality Field comes in. Nano helps out a lot. Prey, one swipe away from death, will get taken down. Stratus makes his way out from behind the main wall. Rejoins with the rest of the squad over here onto the point as the Blizzard comes in from Shadowburn. Stratus frozen there in the corner, but the barrier perfectly placed from Giannis. He keeps him safe. May can't get the kill. He dashes through, takes down soon. Hook pulls Cloudy in, instantly pops him out of the mech. Gray and Teed will be taken down. They're off the point here for the moment. Still just trying to contest. Another Immortality coming through. Cloudy is trying to pistol his way back into that suit, but doesn't seem like he's going to get the opportunity. Stratus again dashes through, finds the kill. Bionade on the Shadowburn, but has the ice block. Keeps himself alive for a little bit longer. They're trying to block off any healing by using the barrier. Managed to take him down again. Finzi going to be eliminated with a Wrecking Ball, and that will be the cap. I believe 46 seconds remaining here on Hanamura B for the Washington Justice.
Justice with a miracle turnaround, nearly the full hold, but the time bank is certainly weak. It's going to be up to Corey to again win the Widow duel as the defender with that advantage to deplete that Paris time bank. It's all going to be up to Corey and his squad when the sides change here. Will he be able to accomplish the same that Soon did? We'll find out.
Well, I mean, if you want to leave it all up to Corey, that's you're in pretty safe hands, I think, for the side of the Washington Justice. Corey coming up clutch here with the flank angle. Trying to get that flick, but follows up. He gets the second shot. Really solid stuff from Corey. Let's see how the Justice fares on their defense.
The Overwatch League is brought to you by T-Mobile, now connecting 99% of Overwatch League fans. Catch your league on America's network, T-Mobile.
Don't mess with my family. This is not your time. No one can hide on my sight. Damage.
And welcome back. We're halfway through Hanamura at the moment, with Paris Eternal getting ready to go on the attack. Had a pretty firm defense, nearly got the full hold on A, but ended up losing out on that defense there. But only 46 seconds accrued for the Washington Justice.
Yep. They will not be running the Widow defense either. They're not going to kind of go all in as Paris has, and they're going to run the Hanzo Mei, a lot more standard on Hanamura in particular. Paris may, after scouting this, swap over to Ifara, but right now the Genji Sombra is still very strong against this composition. You have to, of course, be very fearful if you're Shadowburn of getting frozen, then a good Genji will stay well enough away to make sure that doesn't happen. Just gonna poke slowly with Cruz pocketing him here and looks for the Dragon Blade EMP Nano fight. 3 ultimates should get you A as long as you can build them and use them correctly.
Corey, he's on the high ground. Corey's on the house, not quite in it yet. But still just taking these pot shots, trying to build up for that Dragon Strike.
It's kind of like a recipe you have to follow with this build where you do kind of start out farming up Blade. You know, you get a nano quickly, sometimes you can nano twice, the second one onto the Blade.
Corey taking quite a bit of damage. Let's move his way over onto the side. Now looking to contest the high ground for the potentially break Finzi out of that mech, but it's getting jumped on by Shadowburn, but they take him low. Now he's gonna get frozen up, gets slowed. Corey up close, manages to find that headshot.
Trying to maximize ult charge as he died there, knowing that they were gonna have to reset anyways.
Yep.
He's up to halfway to the Blade. Now one of the biggest deterrents of the Blade will be the Halt Blizzard setup. You know, Dragon Strike can be decent versus the Blade depending on how it's used, but usually you see the Riptire, right, in this meta, and obviously they're not running Junkrat, so that can be a liability, and that's one of the reasons why this push is so powerful and used by so many teams on Hanamura in particular.
Oh, Soon desperately. Oh, please, guys, just one hack. Just let me get one hack. He's not able to find it. Now Cloudy going to be taken down. Finzi knocked out of that mech again. So, good start as well for the Washington Justice, but can they hold it all the way?
I mean, all of this really is just about how much time do they delay before the Blade EMP is ready. And I mean, Soon he's done very little. I mean, normally the Blade normally the Blade is the third part of the triangle that finishes after the EMP and the Nano. And as I mentioned before, sometimes you even get to Nano first before you use the second Nano on your Dragon Blade. The EMP, you know, the second, and Soon is just, he's been shut down so hard that he hasn't been ready to use it.
Oh, looking at execution on the Corey. Didn't quite get it. Pull through. Gray taken down. Cloudy has rolled his way well into the back of the point.
Soon just needs to trade his life for EMP, and he's doing exactly that. He's pressuring so hard. He's going to have it after this push.
Got it, but
this is it. Everything that they've been doing for the last 2 minutes is hinging on this moment and this fight. Guido has the nano boost, trying to counter the EMP, but the Blade is going to make this so difficult. Immortality Field's going to get deleted so fast.
Would love to get a hack here onto Stratus. You can see him spy checking, trying to get that hit. One tiny bit of damage will knock him out of that stealth. Playing very close to Arc. EMP comes through, manages to find 2. Mortality Field is again. Blade here for Shadowburn, dashing his way in, antied out. Still manages to come up with 3 kills for himself in the back of the ultimate. Sansam now basically on his lonesome on the point. Trying to stay alive, but it's already taken a breather. Already burned that mitigation. The cap will come through for the Paris Eternal, and they still have 3 ultimates ready to go for the push over onto point B.
And they felt safe, Washington did, with Stratus nearby spy checking, which is the term we use to say checking for a Sombra who's cloaked, the TF2 term. But anyway, you feel safe when you're in that room because there's no way Soon gets in here without us noticing because I'm constantly checking. But actually, you've given yourself a bad spot because the EMP is going to hit everyone that you're trying to protect if he does get in there. And it's just such an easy combo from there. Took them a lot of time to build it, but they're on track now to get a better time bank if they could do it a second time. And look at how much Shadowburn's already built. Soon this time building the EMP much faster.
Cloudy, have to be careful. taken very, very low. Bomb's going to be used, so this is going to be a big disconnect here for the Paris Eternal. Do not have both tanks playing forward on the point simultaneously. However, as I say that Corey is still going to be taken down. The Dragon Strike from him doesn't manage to find much of anything. Blizzard in from Stratus helps freeze up Finzi, and they will be able to de-suit him, but Sansom has the perfect right click there onto Gray. The full brunt of that blast to take down that Ana. Pulled back through into the whole hog, instantly out.
This is a huge loss for the Justice, though. They had to use so much. The Hog, the Nano, they didn't build Rally, and Paris got all three parts of the triangle. They're even going to bring Winston in here to make the dive even more formidable. I mean, this is almost impossible to stop without a Nano boost. They don't have Blizzard. It's going to be the same thing. They have to somehow avoid the EMP, so they'll be spread out, but that makes you more likely to die by the Genji Blade when you don't have support. They at least have Brigitte. She'll probably be the first target they try to blow up first so that Shadowburn doesn't get stunned. There's a lot that can go wrong here for Paris Eternal, but they have all the pieces to make it happen again and get the better time bank.
Well, that's going to be the hack there on the Giannis. Pull comes in from Sansom, but he cannot finish off soon. EMP still going to be ready. Now we see the Nano Blade coming in, and Arc just does not stand a chance. Instantly cut down. Corey manages to find one, so no EMP in the fight. Maybe a chance for the Washington Justice to try to turn this around, but they need to tag onto the point. They barely managed to do so. And Stratus and Corey both make their way forward. Bionade out from Guido, manages to find one. The Genji going to be taken out. Corey with a sliver of HP, trying to stay alive, gets the armor pack from Arc, and will be able to continue forward.
Unbelievable hold here for the Washington Justice. Paris Eternal didn't execute the EMP. They were a little bit split. Gray kind of jumped the gun on the Nano boost. Shadowburn got the kill onto Arc, but Gray was too far away. He wasn't able to chain those kills together the way he wanted to. Sansom bought tons of time. And now you've got an EMP that doesn't have any pairing ultimates. I mean, Cloudy will have the Primal Rage to fight the longer fight. They already did get 2 ticks, so that's very useful when all you need to do is get that last one. But time bank, not going to be any better. In fact, it'll be worse.
Yeah, just very slightly at least. EMP goes through, only managed to find 2. The front line packed out. Corey uses the pulse bomb. Seems like he's not going to be able to find anything. And Sansom going to be taken out by that self-destruct, as is Stratus. Finzi comes up with a melee hit there, finishes off that baby Diva. And this is going to be a very one-sided fight for the side of the Paris Eternal, despite the EMP not finding too many targets. Stratus going to be coming back in, has an EMP of his own, uses that, catches 3, including Cruz, who nearly had that sound barrier online. They take him down, and they might just be able to turn this one on its head. Washington Justice still looking to hold out hope here. Get this hold and get the victory to move up 2-0. Soon, however, manages to take down Corey, and Stratus is already gone. Now it's going to be eliminated now, and the blade comes through from Shadowburn. Manages to find one as Arc will be eliminated. Guido has to retreat back into the spawn room. Sansom uses that self-destruct, but will get taken out, cannot bring back safely. Another pile driver through from Giannis, instant Bionade in, now going to be hacked, so cannot roll away. Cruz rejoins, has the sound barrier through. Shadowburn slices through one, the dash kill, and now just retreats with deflection raised. Sansom still manages to find the hit. Taking him down, Arc in the corner is trying to stay alive desperately. Swinging away, trying to get that healing to come through, but soon comes back through. EMP is out. Catches Corey, catches Sansom. Bomb catches no one. Does that matter, because Finzi is back into the mech safely. Giannis forward again, going to be hacked out by Soon, constantly putting pressure on that Wrecking Ball. But so far, no one is paying attention to him, so Giannis is still quite healthy. He's got 5 seconds away from that next adaptive shield. The minefield does come through. Everybody ducking and dodging away from it. No one's going to be taken down by that quite yet. But Corey comes back through, finds a headshot onto Gray, getting rid of the Ana. Now that he is back in onto the Widowmaker, Sansom going to be knocked out of the mech, but Corey finds another shot. This time it's going to be Soon. Gets rid of that Sombra, gets rid of the Lucio. Finzi is knocked out of the mech. The Washington Justice certainly could make this happen. Stratus going to be taken down. Shadowburn builds up another blade, but he's shut down instantly as he pulls it out of the sheath. And the Justice will be able to hold them off. In fact, they move up 2-0.
2-0 lead for the Washington Justice, and a miracle hold on B, defending against the trifecta of the Blade, the EMP, the Nano Boost, a second time. You see the Justice split, deal with it well.
They're feeling good after closing that one out. Match point already here for the Washington Justice. Kind of breezing through this match. Paris Eternal now in a position where they have to get another reverse sweep if they want to take this series.
The Overwatch League is powered by Intel. Game, record, stream without compromise on Intel Core i7. And by Omen by HP, the official PC and display of the Overwatch League.
Don't mess with my family.
There's a look at the Washington Justice, all smiles. They come in rocking the shades and ready to rock the Paris Eternal in their final battle of the regular season. What's up, everybody? Welcome back into the Blizz Arena. It's Chris Puckett alongside the fantastic Zoe and Joshua. We've got great sunglasses. Shout out to our producer. And this game, we've had some good moments in it. Josh, not a lot on the line for our teams today.
No, but they've been playing pretty well. I mean, the battle that we were most hyped to see coming into it was Corey versus Soon, right? Because these are two players that have been performing so well recently. And Soon for the Paris Eternal, probably going to be playing for Team France once we get to the World Cup. Corey, surely a shoe-in for Team USA at this point.
Actually, it's been announced an hour ago that Soon is going to be playing for Team France. So there you
go. There you go.
Excellent. Hopefully we'll see that duo going at each other in the World Cup. But right now, let's take a look back at our first map here. We started things off on Ilios. We said we wanted to see the snipers, both teams. Happy to bring them out.
Yeah, they were indeed. I was actually a little bit more focused on the off-tanks, though, because Finzi, known to be a fantastic Roadhog, Sansom has recently shown a lot of great potential, and he's getting better and better. In fact, I do feel like that, and that's something I never thought I will ever say in ever. I do think that the entirety of the Washington Justice's tank line outplayed the Paris Eternal.
There you go.
Yeah,
this is just like watching a highlight reel. I mean, Corey and Soon just going at each other the entire time. And I mean, Wolf was talking about it on the cast, sorry. The different philosophies in how these two guys are playing. Honestly, it's just a slugfest. It's just entertaining to see. Neither of these teams have got things to play for other than pride and fun and enjoyment at the end of the season, and to show that they're quality players deserving of respect and contracts in 2020 as well.
Contracts, the big one there.
Yeah, absolutely. And these two put on a performance.
Yeah, Corey kind of clutched it out there at the very end. Although I was a little bit worried there for the Justice. They did kind of play into Paris's game as Paris was still on that Genji Zombra, and then they went for Zombra and Tracer themselves. I wasn't a fan. I don't think that was necessary. I think they would have fared very well with a Mei kind of composition there. But, you know, whatever works for them.
I have to say, for both Paris and for Washington fans, you got to be smiling right now. Your teams are looking stronger than they have all season. And while this battle has been exciting, we got another battle going down. It's the battle for the MVPs, which means it's time to do our T-Mobile MVP checkpoint. Let's check in with where we're at. As you guys know, this season, you can vote for your T-Mobile MVP on Twitter using the hashtag OWLMVP and the player of your choice, or through the new voting system right here on twitch.tv. Now, the winner will be decided by your votes as well as ballots from media members, coaches, casters, and analysts, and we'll announce the winner during the season playoffs here at the Blizzard Arena. So let's get to know our MVP candidates a little bit better in the running this season. Of course, we've got Sinatra, Super, Gushue, Janu, and Twilight. And today we've got a little game to get to know our top 5 a little bit better. So, Josh, you guys ready for another round of this?
No.
Absolutely not.
I've been working on this for like 6 minutes. Look at all my pink writing. Okay,
That's a lot of numbers.
You ready to get into this? All right.
Okay.
First thing I'm going to do is show you one of our candidates. They're going to be blurred out. The first person to chime in with the correct answer is going to get a chance to answer my question first.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready.
All right, I'm going to start you both with 1,000 SR. We'll see which of our analysts is
Never
going to be a
been that
grandmaster, which one of you is falling down to bronze. It's time to bring out our first MVP candidate. First one to answer, who is it?
Janu? No.
Nope.
Twilight.
No.
I understand.
Gushue!
It's so difficult to see from so close to the screen.
Gushue.
Well done.
Got
So
it.
your second
That was
guess
only
was your
one,
best
really.
guess. All right. So you get the right to answer our first question. If you get it
can't
wrong,
wait.
Josh can steal. Gushue burst
Wait, what?
onto the scene in the 2018 World Cup where he led Team China to the finals on the way.
he helped score a thrilling 3-0 victory over this high-profile national team in the semifinals.
I was actually there, and I can't remember. I can't remember. Go steal it.
You're not even going to say a country, Zoe?
No, because
Semifinals?
I can't even remember who was at that actual stop.
Well,
Josh for 250 free SR points.
I'm in bronze right now, and I fear I'm going even lower. I think it was like Canada or something.
It was Team Canada.
Oh,
That's
my
right.
God.
Josh improves to 1250. Zoe is dropping down already.
Wait, I'm dropping?
Yeah.
Oh, wait,
yeah.
what?
Well done, graphics. All right, let's get our second player up here, one of our MVP
wrong?
candidates. It's the Daily Duo. Whoever answers this one correctly gets 2 questions.
All right.
Twilight and Shadow.
You just
Zoe
stole that
just
from me
crushed
so
you.
quickly.
Just crushed Josh. All right, Zoe, don't
Well,
get
I'm
this
gonna
wrong.
get it wrong anyway.
Don't
so
get
it
this
doesn't
wrong.
matter.
Your first one. Few players have been part of the competitive scene for as long as Twilight. Just 6 months after the game came out, he had already made semifinals in the first season of this pre-Owl tournament series. Hint, it happened in Korea. Hint, Wolf says it
Apex?
all. Thank you, Zoe.
Wolf
All
was
right.
really the hint there.
That was a 500-pointer. You are back tied with Joshua Wilkinson. Excellent work. Our second one here. So you also
I'm really
get
glad
answer
I'm
first.
far away from those cards. He
Janu
usually
has
throws them
been
at me.
dominant throughout the entire season and wowed the Overwatch fans with 123 to be exact, of these negative 19 more than the next closest diva. 19 more. Sorry, this was hard. I'll just read the
Wait,
ball
what is the
next time.
question?
It wasn't a real one.
No.
Janu has been dominant throughout the entire season and wowed Overwatch fans with 123 of these 19 more than the next closest diva. Why settle for just a one-man advantage? That was the hint. Why settle for a one-man advantage? So I need an answer.
23 of something.
123 of these.
Final elimination? Final blows?
Wrong. Yeah, that's
unlucky.
negative 500. All your work gone. Josh, chance to steal.
Oh.
Is it self-destruct kills?
What is multi-kills? Both of you are wrong.
I
Both
was
of you
about
are
to say,
wrong.
what are you thinking about?
All right. I got the ding. That was for me. All right, this
Okay.
next one. Let's bring him up here. Another candidate. You may know him. You
didn't
love
even
him.
see him.
Yeah, that's your
didn't
problem,
even
not
see
mine.
him.
It seems like a you problem.
This is
gonna wait
definitely
for you to get it
super well done.
okay.
So, are you ready for this?
Sure.
Super may be the pride of San Francisco, but he actually hails from Philadelphia. Let me just read this. And has drawn comparisons to this famous movie underdog from the same hometown.
Excuse me?
Famous movie underdog from Philadelphia.
The
crowd is
knows.
yelling it, so pull out one of your earbuds.
This is what? Can you be louder when you try to help me cheat?
I need a question. 3, 2, this
What?
movie.
It's unfair. No, I'm not gonna take the help. I clearly don't know the answer, so you go
Josh,
ahead.
chance to steal. Who is?
I didn't know it, but I don't have the same principles as you, so I'm going to go Rocky.
Oh,
It's
okay.
Rocky for 1,000 points. Josh, you are coming up.
I've actually never seen the movie.
Neither have I.
1750.
For
Josh. All
European,
right.
we don't have that stuff.
Here we go. Well done. That was Super's question. We only have 2 more MVPs. Let's take a look here at our next one.
Sinatra.
Well done. Josh, you get to go first here. Sinatra is one of the flashiest players in the Overwatch League, but his style isn't confined to the stage. You can often find him decked out in this luxury clothing brand.
I have no idea. I'm just going to name a random. Gucci?
Louis
Ding, ding,
Vuitton.
ding, ding,
Oh,
ding, 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 ding,
How
ding.
is he? But his slides are. Okay.
Joshua, that was an excellent 750 bonus.
guess.
That brings
That
you
was a guess.
What a
to
guess.
platinum rank. Zoe, you are
Yay.
down in the dumps. Can we give her like a free 1,000 points here? Because
Nah,
I'm
I
going to
don't
give
need
you
your
one
free
last
points.
chance here.
I don't want. Can I even participate if I'm at 0?
You got him. Thank you.
Oh, okay,
Thank you.
there we go.
Graphics got your back. Okay, so here's how it's going to work. I have one more question. I'm going to give you whiteboards. You have to write your answer down as well as how many of your points you want to bet.
Okay.
So,
All right,
Josh,
so I could
you're
leave it
going
all
to get
right here.
top 500 right here.
That's why I got points.
Zoe, you got a chance to maybe get back to a decent rank.
Thank you.
I'm good.
We can get you to
actually.
gold. We can get you to gold. All right.
I gotta
Are you
be
guys
real
ready?
here.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
We got to wrap this halftime. Combined, how many times did the MVP candidates win Player of the Match honors this season? These 5 players taking Player of the Match honors. I will take the closest
This
to the
season?
correct answer.
Oh,
This season.
all right. This is a
Are you
total
ready?
guess. Oh, we have to say how much we're betting.
Zoe,
Oh,
are those 2 carrots? What did you just draw?
Yes. No, that's. Wait, well, I bet everything I have. That's 1K, and that's an 11.
1,000, and that's an 11. Josh bets all 2,500 SR with the answer of 37. Both of you are terribly off. It's actually 13 off each. I'm going with the lower ranked. It's price rules here. So he is our champion. Josh loses all of our points.
That's
and that
rigged,
is your
but I
T-Mobile MVP checkpoint. Well done, everybody. Big shout out to the graphics team and everyone helped put that one together. And hopefully you guys learned a few interesting facts, like how many player of the match honors they got this season. Big shout out to everyone involved. And while the polls are still open, so make sure you guys get your votes in right now for your T-Mobile MVP on Twitter using the hashtag OWLMVP and the player of your choice, or through the voting system right here on Twitch. That was your T-Mobile MVP checkpoint. Stage, we got Paris, we got Washington Justice, we got superstar DPS players on both sides. What's our final score at the end of all 4 games?
I think Paris have still been playing well enough to be able to pick up a map here. So going forward, I think we're going to see a 3-1 to the Justice. I don't think Paris are playing good enough to be able to get back
game
into
5.
it. I don't think we're going to a game 5, but Justice are looking very good. I think they'll wrap it up.
So is it a 4-0 today for the Justice?
No, I don't. I also do think that Paris do have a realistic chance of actually bringing it back potentially.
Oh,
all right.
Okay.
Well, guys, make sure you get your predictions in the chat right now, and of course, vote for your T-Mobile MVP. We'll see you at the game 3 after this.
The Overwatch League is brought to you by T-Mobile, now connecting 99% of Overwatch League fans. Catch your league on America's network, T-Mobile.
Apagando las luces. Time to raise my ETS. This don't work. I just rushed outside. Apagando las luces. Nerf this. Lights out. وليهم قوتك. وليهم قوتك. I am unstoppable.
And welcome back. We're currently halfway through this series, but the Washington Justice are leading 2-0 now. At match point, one more map win, they will have taken this set. So they're going to be looking to close things out. Paris Eternal, however, need to get a reverse sweep if they want to walk away with a victory here on their last day of the season.
Yeah, it's the 28th match for both of these teams. I keep mentioning 28 because it's a reminder that this is a pretty grueling season that these teams are playing in this year. You know, and these two teams are going to be the second and third teams to be done for the season. The Houston Outlaws being the first, finishing their season yesterday. So we're starting to come to a close here in the Overwatch League for 2019. It's very exciting because even though we are kind of wrapping things up for some of these teams, the real playoffs are about to begin. So
yeah,
it's a very exciting time. And for the Justice, it's an exciting outlook for 2020 as well with their performance here in Stage 4. Be nice to take a 6-1 as your final stage.
Oh, for sure.
Tripling the wins you had prior to stage 4.
I mean, you know, the 2-2-2 has just been so very kind to them. They've been able to get those victories in. I mean, at the beginning of the season, a lot of people were saying like, "Oh, Justice is the new Shanghai Dragons." You know, they're going to be the team that maybe doesn't pick up a single win at all. But now here in this meta, they are looking better than ever before. Will be the Paris Eternal getting set up on defense first here on King's Row. Still have not gotten a win on this map so far in this season, so we'll see how they fare.
I wonder if they take this map, that we'll see Sleepy and Hyunwoo subbed in. I would love to see that personally, just to give them one last time on the stage.
Yeah. Flip it around, get everybody in as best as possible. Everyone gets some play time.
Hanzo mirrors here. It's just too difficult to try to run the Widow on this map. A few teams have tried it with very little success. The Dragon Strike is so powerful. That's why Batista's run universally on this map as well. But the difference here is Guido's Zenyatta. And that's going to be extra damage output and counters to Blizzard.
He is still picking around the corner looking for some shots. Even with 9 HP and being antied, Corey. Just not relenting on the aggression. Looking for that pull through. Not able to find it so far. Corey going into the back, and that's going to be Gray taken down. Instant retreat coming out. Corey manages to escape with his life. Has to be careful, though. Finzi nearly getting eliminated, but wall comes up from Shadowburn to help keep him protected. And Matrix thrown in, but Cruz taken down again. Corey with his back angle. Manages to find a shot. Now it's going to be that Dragon Strike coming in. Taken down by the Storm Arrows. Corey finds another one. A Shadowburn will get popped in the skull. And that will just be the Washington Justice taking point A.
Yeah, you mentioned Corey playing so aggressive. He gets the Dragon Strike off because he knows Cruz is dead and cannot Immortality field it. But Corey, when he had 9 health there, he was playing as if he was at full health, because in this meta, as you saw, where he got that headshot in the back, you can die in one hit to Storm Arrows or any stray arrows. So when you're at 9 health, it's basically the same as being full health. The only health that matters is 0 oftentimes, so he has no fear. He's not running away.
Dragon Strike rolling through from soon. Not going to be able to find anything, and now they push out. Surprise! Washington Justice just dumped in that Ant Matrix, and they just absolutely wiped the floor with the Paris Eternal. Clean team kill coming through, and the cart is going to be able to gain so much space now.
Paris really just wasn't set up properly there. They weren't ready for this. It almost felt like Justice had a speed boost with how quickly they just collapsed into. Look, Paris is not set up, not ready to deal with us tossing in an Ant Matrix. Let's just commit to this fight. They just went straight in.
I don't think they were ready for them. I don't think they expected them to pop out of the shop there. I thought maybe they were playing back around the archway perhaps, but either way, it seems like they are completely caught off guard by that. And now might just have to surrender B. The card is still advancing forward. You can see Paris still hiding behind the corner here, back towards the end of the map. And yeah, not going to be any contention. Just going to be trying to set up on this corner.
They want to try to bait out this Immortality field somehow. It's going to be the Dragon Strike to lead it.
Immortality will be used. Walls as well going to go on cooldown now. Will be the Ant Matrix through from the side of the Paris Eternal. Blizzard is in from Stratus. Looking to freeze them up. Find Shadowburn. They will be able to get the shots through. So already breaking down Paris's defenses right at the final stretch of the map.
It's kind of like
Justice have not stopped.
It's kind of like Somber Goats, right? Where you have the counter to these ultimates, the Immortality field, but you force it with the Dragon Strike when the Blizzard comes through. Gray wasn't in position to trance, so he couldn't use that to outlast the Blizzard. Everyone was frozen anyways and stuck in a bad position. He does get to keep the Transcendent, so consolation prize here for Paris Eternal. They've got their own Blizzard. This fight needs to be their fight with this small advantage they have.
Looking for the pull. The Maywall not there to deny. Cloudy will be able to live for a little bit longer here with Steve Gray pushing forward. The Transcendence manages to keep him alive. Now the Dragon Strike comes through. Paris Eternal looking to turn things around. Whole Hog is in. And that will be Finzi able to shove them off the cart, get a couple kills as well. So Washington Justice will finally be stopped right here at the end. Still, over 4 minutes remaining in the time bank to finish the map.
This is the fight that, you know, you were basically going to take no matter what for Paris Eternal. You had the Trance in your favor, you had the Dragon Strike after they used Trance, you have your Blizzard. But this is going to be a fight now where Stratus has Blizzard advantage, Corey's going to have his own Dragon Strike. If they can defend this, then things can really turn on its head. But otherwise, still massive advantages to Justice, who have the better ultimates leading up to this fight and the better time bank, you would imagine, given how steamrolly this has been.
Had it been close to maybe setting a record or getting into the top 5 on King's Row, but do get hold
Long range.
slowed up. Yeah, Blizzard's going to be lobbed into the back. Dragon Strike as well, going to be used. Immortality Field, however, is just stuck right there on that side of the wall, but it will expire. Corey comes up with 2 kills. Ito get into the action, will be able to finish off Finzi. As soon swaps over onto that Widowmaker, but Corey's just constantly lobbing arrows in his direction to force him back. Finally be able to push out. The Hulk comes in, they get dragged together, and the cart is so very close to rolling through. 2 more meters left to go as Corey finds the snipe onto Soon. Finzi has a sliver of HP remaining on that mech. Transcendence comes in now, Gray keeping the tanks alive. You can see Cloudy getting pushed so far out by the whole hog. So away from the Zenyatta, gets cleaned up. Corey finds the kill. Finzi knocked out of the mech, and Cruz doesn't really stand a chance. That low HP over by the cart does get finished off. Clean up time here for the Washington Justice. The Blizzard means nothing. They will be able to push through to the end.
Washington Justice basically had the ult advantage throughout that entire map due to that fight they took at the archway. As you see Ark's giving the stare down here as he laughs. He knows he's about to close this series out here with a good defense.
That's what they're going to be looking to do. Let's see if the Paris Eternal can turn this around when we come back for their half.
The Overwatch League is brought to you by T-Mobile, now connecting 99% of Overwatch League fans. Catch your league on America's network, T-Mobile.
And welcome back. Paris Eternal are able to stop the cart for just a little bit, but the Washington Justice still make it to the end of King's Row with 2 minutes and 48 seconds remaining in the time bank.
And there's a term getting thrown around right now, and it's mostly related to Reaper May, but it can be used in a lot of forms of this game, and people are saying this idea of flowchart Overwatch, meaning I've got the ultimate advantage, and because I have these ultimates, you know, in the case of the Justice on that final push, you've got a Blizzard, you have a Dragon Strike, you have a Transcendence, they don't have tools to shut you down. It's an almost unwinnable fight for the Eternal. That seems on paper unfair. How could the Eternal win that fight if they don't have those ultimates? It doesn't seem fair, but it's because the Justice led the ult economy from the beginning, took a fight where they used no ultimates right before this, where Paris had that advantage, and then built them for the next fight. Understanding this and getting those small advantages and leading all the way is what gets you to that position where you can close the map at almost 3 minutes of time bank.
Sometimes the flowchart doesn't function as well as you would like it to. Having the EMP blade perhaps on Hanamura be attacked with the Paris Eternal didn't work out, but that pulled through. The Sam getting headshot. That works out quite well for Soon. If there's one thing that Paris can rely on, it's going to be Soon with that Widowmaker. Now that Corey is out of the fight, even more so. The rest of the Washington Justice is going to be hiding inside the hotel here, now wrapping around the backside of the point using that May wall. Perhaps trying to get over. No, still playing off the point. 2 ticks going to be given up for free. And it seems like maybe just the point surrendered as well. And now that Guido is gone, that will just be it. So Paris Eternal answering back in a big way. They explode forward there onto point A, get that cap, and now have, you know, just shy of 6 minutes
So Paris is trying to do the same thing that Washington did after taking the point, trying to take that forward fight here. And soon we'll pick Arc, but that's going to be all they get. So the Justice get to escape, and Paris doesn't get that massive ult advantage. And in fact, the card's only being pushed by one member right now, so it's actually a net negative for Paris because they didn't get any additional kills. And they didn't get ultimates to go with it. I mean, Stratus and Shadowburn essentially at the same ult percentage here. Gray did pick up a little bit of extra off of the healing he got from Chase. If they can get another pick here, like, that was a risky move. Could have been great for them.
Pop up into the air there from Stratus, carrying that momentum. As the Hulk comes in, Dragon Strike through into the back. Shadowbird going to be taken down by the headshot soon. Not sure what happened there. A lot of people have been kind of, magnetically attracted to these Dragon Strikes as of late, and they're just running into them.
Well, you've got to be you're avoiding right clicks coming in from the enemy Mei, as well as hooks and halts and all sorts of things at the same time. So there's a lot to keep track of. But now, what could have been an advantage to Paris Eternal had they slow played this with the card pushing up to B and having even ultimates. They're actually even on ultimates, and the card is stopped, and Justice gets control of this corner. So there's a lot of things that, you try to do, and Washington did the same thing, but Washington had the answer.
Yep, now Finzi get pulled through, killed in transit as Guido finds that shot. Soon into the back, however, jumps up, is looking for that hit there onto Corey. Had he been able to find that flick, would have been absolutely monstrous. He's still looking for it. Neither able to hit the other, but Corey finally is able to come out on top. In the meantime, while they're having that cheeky little 1v1, 2v1 really, for Soon's disadvantage, they lose out on a couple members there.
Corey's just buying time with his Dragon Strike. They're going to try to play back onto the second corner here on the point itself. Guido has the Transcendence advantage right now. Strat's going to make a rare swap over to Sombra here. Perhaps to try to set up for a hack onto Shadowburn. It's going to be very difficult to execute. That's what he wants, though.
Supercharges that from both sides. The barrier is going to be set up. The hack is in on the Shadowburn, as you say. Immortality Field keeps him alive. Giannis is going to be taken down soon. Still operating quite well with the Widowmaker. Finds that shot. Looks for Guido. He's down to half HP. Can't quite hit him, but it does not matter because the cart still pushes forward into point B. 4:40 in the time bank for the Paris Eternal. Maybe able to get that first victory here on King's Row.
The idea with that hack is to prevent the Blizzard from coming out. You could take a fight without using Transcendence and then delay the cart further. It's a really risky move. You see Stratus, it was a complete set play. As soon as the defense attempt is over, he swaps right back to the Mei. But it was a really cool strategy, a really cool concept, and great ult tracking by the Washington Justice to know that Shadowburn had that ultimate online, that he planned to use it. Now he's trying to flank over here. He is spotted. Stratus is after Shadowburn, man.
Gets forced into the ice block. Dragon Strike out from Corey again. Immortality Field already going to be used. That's going to be expiring here as Corey will be eliminated soon. Comes up with 2 kills. The cart is still pushing forward. Paris Eternal looking at the finish here on King's Row with the superior time bank. Stratus dancing around the cart, trying to keep things contested, but will get taken down. And Paris Eternal will be able to go into the end, force out some overtime rounds.
Yeah, a lot of risky plays there by the Justice in the end. Even though Paris had that attempted chase, it didn't go as well for them as they wanted it to. They still won the ensuing fight. Shadowburn had the Blizzard advantage. Stratus swapped over to Sombra. Even with the hack that denied the Blizzard drop, they win the fight through Finzi's great hooks. And it's just a clean push through. They have the ult advantage because Guido tranced.
Well, extra innings coming up. A minute difference for both of these teams. Let's see who comes out on top. And here we go. Let's not waste any time. Let's go straight back in for these extra rounds on King's Row. Like I said, 1 minute difference exactly. 348 to 248. Justice on the attack first.
See if they can get that first push attack to work out like they did previously. I don't think Paris will allow them to get that follow-up, fight in the room that they had.
Soon over the top, looking for that shot and able to find it.
Soon's
Instantly barrier break there.
Yeah, Soon's on the Widow actually this time, so big variation. He wants to actually try to outrange Corey, so Corey's gonna have to operate around this corner. Chased down by Soon though.
Oh, Corey trying to find the shot on the Soon, but Soon finds the shot on Nikito, gets rid of that Zenyatta. Pull through, however, manages to find Cloudy. It's a very short run back for the side of the Watch Justice. Giannis falling dangerously low, but will be saved by that immortality field. And Corey, oh my goodness! Headshot with a storm arrow on a Soon while he was in mid-air from the grapple. Fantastic stuff from him. Justice now ticking up here on the point. They lose out on Cruz, not going to have those extended immortality fields here to try and last on the point, so we'll just have to give this one up.
Finzi trying to delay so that they don't get this free reign to control the choke, but it doesn't really end up being that great for him. We will see Corey's shot here onto a grappling soon. He predicts the grapple. Watch this. This is actually insane. Boom. Right in the head. He wasn't even spamming it. It was one storm arrow, and before it even hit Soon's head, he was already looking to the left. He was that certain the shot was going to connect. I mean, that's a professional player for you right there.
Forward setup.
Yeah, look at this corner control. Because of the delayed respawns from Paris, they actually get to play the smart forward.
And Matrix goes in, main wall. Keeps them safe here for a little bit longer as they try to wait for that ultimate to expire. Or slowly being moved up. In the meantime, Dragon Strike going to be tossed in. Mortality Field just now getting killed off. Finzi, however, will still get taken down, as will Cloudy. So front line broken down for the side of the Paris Eternal. It will just be the finish. Everybody else pushing forward. They know they need to reset as quickly as possible if they want to be able to contest at B.
Yeah.
Even then, they might not make it in time.
Justice even committing the supercharger there, and I think a lot of people would probably question that, but I think in this situation where you really need to rush for B and control this point in particular, where you're likely to make your best hold on your defense against a better time bank, you need to make sure you power through this. You're not thinking about the end, you're not thinking about C, you're thinking about making sure you get to at least B, and then focusing on the defense afterwards. And I think that supercharger basically guarantees that they get it. It wasn't necessary per se, but I like the commitment and understanding of where they need to be.
Fairly fast building ultimate, so not the most egregious use they could have had. Still hold on to that Blizzard as the Shadow Burn. For now, there's Eternal have that infra sight, so can spot out the members of the Justice. Stratus going to be taken down as the Blizzard comes in. Moving into overtime, Keto and Giannis will be able to tag in onto the cart towards the OT, but now the Blizzard rolls through as the Transcendence expires. OT bleeding away, the whole hog pushing them back. Corey dives in for a moment. Will get taken down just as he gets that Dragon Strike available. There's nothing Stratus can do. So OT will dwindle. Justice will be held here. All the same, pushing past point B. Still a solid look for the Justice. Paris Eternal now. We have to see if they can best that with that mid advantage.
Yeah, it's really going to be about how many times it takes them to take A, and then how they can either control the corner similarly to Justice, or if they're going to get caught there, because that will buy that extra minute of time. And then at that point, it's just a matter of mechanical skill. You're only going to really get one push with the cart to get it as far as you can. But they have that extra wiggle room. They basically have one extra team wipe if Justice gets them. In a single team fight wipes them, they have an extra chance, an extra life that Justice didn't have, so to speak. It's crazy how whole hog has really changed how overtime works, because we've never had a meta where hog is this ingrained. We've seen him in quad tank, we've seen players like Taimu play him in the past, Stitch, etc. And we've had support players play Roadhog, but it was always in very niche situations, usually on Junkertown. You have the Orisa setups. But now that he's completely meta, the way you use whole hog to stop overtime pushes is actually pretty cool. It's not really been a thing that was standard ever, but now it's something you always have to think about, you always have to worry about. For the Paris Eternal, they're, at least for the time being, showing soon on the Widowmaker here. Might change after a few opening shots here.
They ran it on the attack last time, found those opening picks, so might as well go ahead and give it another go, another shot here. Sees them up on the high ground, but breaking through that barrier at this distance is nigh impossible for the Paris Eternals. So they're going to have to advance closer.
Trying to get that angle on Corey, who's not behind the barrier. Body shot's enough to help Cruz finish him off.
Cruz just goes ahead, gets that kill. Bionane forward on a 2 here for the Paris Eternal. As Cloudy will get taken down. Nice halt over onto the corner. Soon's going to be eliminated.
So this is essentially the extra life I was talking about that they've now lost, but they're still okay. They're still flying. This was not the push they were looking for. They wanted to take it on the first attack. And they didn't get fully wiped. You know, this isn't even a full minute really bought. But a significant portion of that time is gone.
Barrier up, stops that vault. There's a couple members of the Justice still playing back through the archway. Wall comes in, so they can't play the point. That's going to be a tick gain for the side of the Paris Eternal. Now Finzi finds the pick off onto Arc, takes him down. Giannis gone. And that will be the crumbling of this defense for the Washington Justice on A. With 2 minutes and 40 seconds to spare for the Paris Eternal. Numerous ultimates on the way for this next phase. Things start looking rather good for them.
Yeah, Giannis out in front, already set up on the point here on the corner, but they're just going to toss a barrier down and give it up. Remember when I was talking about they needed to get B? Because that's really going to be their defensive setup here. They're going to have to try to hold B. And we have even ultimates outside of the trance, which Gray is leading by a large margin because Guido didn't start on that hero's a late swap.
Soon gets the hit there on the Sansam, but he'll take a breather. Maywall comes up to alleviate a lot of the pressure.
Ooh, this angle is great for Soon.
Then jump up onto the high ground. The Maywall trying to keep some people trapped in for the side of the Justice, but we'll be able to escape at least for now. Shots coming in. Displaced Soon for the moment. Get him off that high ground. The Dragon Strike buys him a little bit of space. Nearly gets finished off by that one. Very, very close.
No transfer Guido, this
now,
is huge.
and yeah, Guido does not have that. Sansam going to be the only one frozen at the moment.
Where's the capitalization of the Blizzard, though? They didn't close the gap. They didn't actually hit anyone.
They traded. Yeah, both Blizzards going to be traded out. No one really coming up with much. But now, as I say that, Gray finds two. Corey and Guido both going to be taken down. Vinci frozen, but stuck up against that wall with Stratus. And soon finds the shot. Now Giannis going to be gone. That might just be it. Just past B is where the cart needs to go for the Paris Eternal to put that win on the board.
Paris have all the cards right now. Guido needs to rush that last 20% of Transcends, and I don't know if he's going to have time to do it, to be honest.
Somebody's got to get over to the box here.
Yeah, I think they probably should have swapped to a Wrecking Ball here. I don't know if they're even going to get it the chance.
Yeah, they're not doing it because they have that supercharger, but the walls come up and they will just push for the whole hog as well, just in case to force them back. And Paris Eternal do keep their hopes alive at a reverse sweep as they put a map win on the board.
They were hoping that the Immortality field would be enough to close the distance there for Giannis and Sansam, but again, whole hog strikes, and we talked about it right before overtime, but that's a huge ultimate. Got it denying people's positioning, giving you that advantage this time as the players on the cart. And I think a Wrecking Ball swap, you should have seen it there from the Justice. You have Supercharger, but if you can't touch the point, you don't get to use it.
Well, we've got Escort coming up next. Justice is going to be trying to close things out. 2-1 the scoreline at the moment.
The Overwatch League is powered by Intel. Game, record, stream without compromise on Intel Core i7. And by Omen by HP, the official PC and display of the Overwatch League.
Let them up.
No one in the shadow of a gas. Team up for special attack.
listen to the top, your 1v1 matchup.
It was something quite filthy.
Than the cream of the crop.
Brent!
I'm unreal.
Oh, take your bow, Corey! Oh, that's so nasty. That is so... Oh my god! All right.
Yeah, that's right. It's Brandon, another 1v1, because he doesn't learn when to quit.
He doesn't.
So,
how
Corey,
how many 1v1s does he have to lose before he gives up?
if you guys make sure you watch the Watchpoint post show, because Corey is going to be spanking Bren in a Hanzo 1v1 later this evening.
You could tell.
And it is going to be absolutely hilarious to watch.
You could tell by Corey's face right now. He's sending Brennan BattleNet message. I'm coming for you later.
They're on land right now, Wolf. Anyway, we potentially have one more map for you if the Justice can get a victory. Paris Eternal still trying to make a reverse sweep happen. We will be diving into Junkertown, and this suits the style of both of these teams as of late.
It does. The defensive Widow gets a lot of advantages on this map, but the attacking Widow has opportunities to do crazy flanks. Something that Carpe loves to do, Soon loves to do. I mean, there are a lot of Korean pros back in the day in contenders when this map first came out would try to do crazy flanks. I mean, someone who's very famous in the Overwatch League now, Happy as well, had a pretty big name for himself on this map, flanking. That was a while ago now. Now it's pretty standard, so a lot of the time you'll have the Diva player, if the Diva is being run, check for the flanking Widow. So...
Well, not going to be seeing Widow from the Justice, as they are on defense first. They're going to be playing forward, it looks like, just in front of the spawn. Going to try to camp Paris Eternal.
Yeah.
So they have this May Reaper set up.
Good old Widow Genji composition. Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think we're seeing that one. This one's also oddly enough not very meta, but I think they're just going to wait and see what the comp is first before they commit.
Well, they're very well aware of it now, as soon does get taken down.
Yeah, just using the deflect to kind of like get an assessment on the situation. Now they're just going to mirror compositions. No Widow, in fact, sadly enough, for this potentially final match of the series.
Now this close quarters just not really a way to make that one work out. Will be the drop down coming through. Corey right up into the face, nearly took down Cloudy, but Wraith walked out. Even though he was still quite healthy, didn't want to risk it getting bursted, so does go ahead and retreat. Now he's going to be TPing up behind them, dropping down again, looking for an angle of approach. Trying to find some kills. Giannis frozen for the moment there, will be able to thaw out. Gets right back into the fight as Coalescence already built up by Keto. Helps keep Corey alive. Another TP in the back, just playing up here onto the high ground. There's only so much that Finzi can do. Only so long that D-Matrix lasts.
Yeah, this is actually
not enough.
A nightmare for Paris Eternal, because the ultimates that they're about to get to, I mean, Shadowburn's only a little bit ahead of Stratus, but how can he really use the Blizzard in this scenario?
The outside chance that Sansam eats it as well.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say it's not even really an outside chance. I think it's a high chance, given that he's going to be able to spot the approach angle. That's why they're playing back, because they know he's probably got it. It's like, well, let's just play back a little bit here and just prepare for the Blizzard.
Already Shadowburn taking quite a bit of damage. Corey nearly with the Death Blossom online.
You can't freeze Sansam if he's far away.
Uses the wall, but now it's the Blizzard first from Stratus, who pulls the trigger. Sound barrier is out. No one gonna get frozen up. Corey was taking a nap. Bray with a very nice sleep dart sets on the play, pursue the push forward and find the kill onto the opposing Reaper. Stratus falling lower and lower, will have to kite back, but they lose out on Shadowburn. Now the sound barrier is out from Keto, as Corey is still making his way back over towards the point. And Blossom there from Soon, manages the final one. Giannis gets taken out. Some will be knocked out of that mech you would expect. He's got a sliver of HP remaining. There you go. We'll find that one.
Huge
clean them up. They can finally start moving the cart. But good time by here for the Washington Justice, already draining away half of the time back.
They had to force the sound barrier first. Shadowburn lost his Blizzard, I'm pretty sure, in that fight. He was killed during the animation, so they didn't get to operate around that. Had to force the sound barrier in other ways. And then that's when you see Soon coming in with the Reaper, the Death Blossom. The Bastion setup here for the kind of flank angle is pretty cool too.
Cover on the back, they try to boost him up on the wall. Start chipping away at him. A little bit of HP remaining, and oh man, Soon not trying to go in for the heal with a right click. Will just get taken down. Bombs coming out from both sides. Finzi going to be denied the remake. The supercharge to take it down. And the Death Blossom used into the back line will be able to clean up both of the support members on the side of the Paris Eternal. Now we're suddenly down to 1:05 seconds. Justice still holding on to another Blizzard and a Supercharger.
As fun as it is to see the Bastion flank, I mean, he clearly didn't know where Stratus was. Like, he was looking, he's like, where am I getting hit from? Stratus' right clicks just chipped him down from a different angle. And now he's, you know, reset back to 0 on his Reaper. Not a good start here when Blizzard's up for Stratus. He's got a nice angle.
Stratus,
wall tag.
sneaky. Was that one? And yep, not gonna have the D-Matrix ready to go. So Freeze comes through. Finzi gonna be caught out now. Nano boost used onto Soon. He tries to push forward, tries to get the finish there on the Stratus, but a very nice wall cuts himself off. So he will be safe for the moment, but Tansam still gonna be knocked out of that mech. 20 seconds remaining here as the Justice looks to get the full hold, but now lose out on the 2 members. Managed to trade one back as Cloudy will be finished off by Giannis. Maywall trying to deny that damage, but another sleep guard onto Corey on that staircase from Gray. Means that they can find the kill, get rid of the Reaper. So the heaviest damage dealer on the side of the Justice has been eliminated. It seems like the Paris Eternal might just get a second lease on life. Playing nearby, do they go for the drop down? Do they have enough time? A couple meters remaining. Tansam manages to make it there in time to force out this OT hold in front of point A. Sound barrier now out for the Paris Eternals. They look to win the fight. Corey's got a Death Blossom, however, and he's just going to be waiting for that shielding to expire. Soon going to be thinking the same thing. Death Blossom gets rid of Stratus. The Blizzard going to be canceled, but Corey finds Soon with a Death Blossom of his own. Goes into the right form, trying to survive. Shadowburn, however, this time manages to find the Blizzard and will be able to take down Giannis. The cart will glide through. They get another 2.5 minutes in the time bank.
So crazy how razor thin close that fight was. I mean, the difference between Stratus having Blizzard and, you know, equalizing that fight and getting picked in animation there as he was just able to finish the last charge of it there. Shadowburn got his a moment later, but that's the difference maker as Stratus' Blizzard is canceled because Soon has the more aggressive Death Blossom. Potentially last game professional play for Soon here in 2019, and we're seeing him pick up the Bastion again with the Orisa barrier for the flank, but let's see if it lasts longer this time. I have my doubts.
Well, in the Overwatch League, it has been announced on Team France.
Yes, Overwatch League, yeah.
But yeah, just going to be shifting around. Oh, actually drops down. Not sure if he wanted to do that. Bomb coming out. Can't hide behind the barrier, so has to retreat out, but Cruz cannot make it to safety, so will get finished off, and Corey is waiting for the Bastion. Finishes him off, now pushes forward, looking to take down Cloudy. They're able to do so quite easily, so Justice back in control of the cart.
Soon swaps back over to the Reaper. To be frank with you guys, I mean, I know everyone wants to see the Widow, but you can't really swap to Widow here when your opponent has this doorway and choke control to who are you going to be firing at. You'll be firing at walls or Orisa barriers until you can break through. You have to have something like a Reaper to break this front line, break these barriers, and get up and chunk down these tanks. But that's where the Bastion's a problem.
Cruz coming around the side trying to displace them, but we'll lose out onto Gray. Corey dragged back in at the last second there by that hold. Finzi, with the self-destruct, manages to find Sansam's mech as well as the Supercharger. Cloudy and Shadowburn taken down. A lot of melee kills coming in.
Not only did the Bastion swap cause him to lose his ult charge, obviously Corey built his during that time and now has his, you know, as soon as not even halfway there. We also gave them control of this area here. This is the worst thing you could do on Junkertown in any sort of sniper meta or any sort of like choke point oriented meta. You know, both actually, just in general. You can't let them take control of this, so then you have to go through these awkward pathways as you see the Paris Eternal trying to do now. They almost have a Blizzard, but Justice have their own, and they're going to start with it.
Managed to halt them off the high ground. Sleep Dart not going to hit on the Stratus. The Blizzard comes through. Soon with the sound barrier, pushing up. Trying to find the kill there on Giannis, but the answering sound barrier is now dropped in by Arc. And managing to stay alive for a little bit longer. Picks up that Mega Pack and the answering Blizzard in response. Does manage to catch two as Giannis and Stratus will both be taken down. Sansam trying to buy some space. Uses the self-destruct. He's unable to find anything. Corey knocks Finzi out of the mech, meaning there's no D-Matrix to mitigate the Death Blossom. Uses that, manages to find Soon. Card's still sitting in the same spot. Corey will get frozen. Sansam trying to protect him as best as he possibly can. And so far, he's able to do so successfully. Corey going to be TPing out to the side. Sansam still holding on to that next. A threat of HP still remaining for him as Stratus rejoins in with this Doom Fist. We know just how clutch he can be. And helping to extend these fights and close them out. Will be able to do so. Paris Eternal going to be halted right in front of point B.
Paris looked very defeated on player cams, and Justice look as happy as always.
They have not frowned at all. Even losing on King's Row, it's been nothing but smiles from them.
I mean, it's been nothing but smiles all through stage 4, even in the loss to Atlanta that they had just this week. That prevents them from getting the perfect stage. Only Atlanta actually still capable of doing that now. You're in stage 4. The Paris Eternal, you know, it's been a pretty good second half of the season for them. You know, after a heavily criticized start on the tank line, Shadowburn, Zarya, soon Zarya, you know, they weren't playing together. They were playing opposite of each other most of the time at the beginning. And neither Zarya ended up really holding water, but you know, they have a chance here with a really good defense to bring us to a 5th and final map. What a story that would be. Is to legendary DPS duos, the old in Shadowburn and Soon, and the new rookie players in Corey and Stratus. There's a huge gap in terms of how much experience and professional play Shadowburn and Soon have had even before the Overwatch League, versus Corey and Stratus coming in as new blood here. But they're actually outperforming Shadowburn and Soon. Be cool to see that 5th and final map, though, to really decide it all. Justice, I think they want to start their break for the 2020 season a little bit early. We will see the Widows, though, locked in. Advantage soon, obviously. Corey will have to look for those flanks, or will have to play conservatively, may even swap.
Well, no forward play. Paris Eternal is hovering back. So trying to go for that grapple shot. Unable to do so. Finzi slept there for the moment. Seems like he gets woken up and is going to be safe, but same cannot be said for Cloudy. Corey, oh man, nearly finds the shot there on the Soon. He's wrapping around the side. He is hungry for it. Spots him out, but he's going to have to be very careful. Cannot retreat. Although in the corner, manages to find that hit, but Cruz and Shadowburn have both been taken out. Sansum will be on the exchange. Great.
Cruz
putting
down.
One on the board.
Cruz down means no res.
Yep.
Means this is going to keep pushing. Corey gets rezzed up.
Yep, Mark puts him right back into the fight. Hook not going to find the hit. Corey back in, manages to take down Gray.
Such a great spatial awareness from Corey, knowing Gray's been challenging him this whole time. Now that Soon's dead, he can just get that shot.
Oh, and that's going to be the headshot there from Soon. Set up with the halt. Very nicely done by the Paris Eternal.
They stabilize here. Soon's going to go ahead and toss out that infra sight. Cloudy's just trying to see if he can get a rogue pick off here. Doesn't look likely,
I mean,
but
the tanks are disconnected. There's not really much to fear if you're Finzi or Cloudy, so they can just go ahead and push right up into their bases. Some very elongated staggers onto the tank line.
Stratus, though, gets a little bit of extra free reign while there's no peel here to take out Soon on the flank.
Almost had him.
So this is definitely a pretty, even trade at the moment.
For the hit. Oh, man, body shot on the Gray.
Tracking Gray so well.
Stratus, I believe, was pulled in there for the moment, but does not get finished off. Headshot onto Cloudy. Can't get that kill. Cruz going aggressive. It says, nah, I'm just messing. Just leave me alone, please. Moves it back out. Shadowburn going to be taken down sometime. The final one. Cloudy very low on HP, but Cruz will go ahead and give him the pocket healing. Put him back in the fight, make sure that he can stay. The Dragon Strike just rolls across the card. Not be able to find anything. Vinci with a whole hog takes down Giannis. And it's just a very messy, very scrappy fight as the cart has just been held for quite some time now. Justice down to 1 minute and 45.
Stratus here kind of trapping Shadowbird in this choke, but it's anyone's game to take. Shadowbird pocketed, so Stratus is not going to be over-aggressive here. He's been body shot to be damage boosted, and then he gets healed. He needs a headshot to win this fight.
Yep, speaking of headshots, Gray finds one. Corey, you going to be gone? Ooh.
There he goes.
Cruz and Shadowbird both playing a dangerous game. Now the Reds, however, looking to come through, but no! Cruz takes a nap! They throw in the Bionade! And the support's in danger of both falling. There he goes. Stratus with the flick over to the side. Manages to find it. Corey gets rid of Soon. The card can finally start advancing for the side of the Justice. Held in place for quite some time.
That's a 4K for Stratus right there, too.
Solid performance.
He's fighting against the whole team by himself, basically. And Paris is so caught up in the losing tank battle that they can't actually bring any resources over to help deal with him. Corey's got Soon covered, so Soon can't actually push Stratus back. This DPS duo just works so well together because Stratus knows he doesn't have to watch his back because Corey's got that covered from a different sight line. That's why double sniper is so strong on this map when you have two angles, and why it was kind of the ending meta at the end of the 2018 season.
Riverside, not from soon. Dragon Strike going to be used. Stratus looking for a pick, manages to find Finzi. Peeling back, is taken down. Cruz, I believe he's going to be able to try to find any sort of res there. Now doesn't really know which way he wants to go, it would seem. Hook not going to connect. Sansam's still going to be all right. Gets that Bionade to boost the healing from the Take a Breather. And Shadowburn is going to have to back off. So Cart is going to have a lot of open space now to start wrapping around the long corner. Shadowburn is even going to be taken down. Oh boy.
I mean, they have full hog here too, and you know what that means. I mean, Paris is trying to really have to be careful. Finzi could get interrupted by Halt on the grapple to come in and touch the point. Okay, he's actually already here. Should be able to touch. He's revealed himself, but also Cloudy's here. He's dead.
Soon into the back. Trying to find that sleep dart onto the Tracers, unable to do so. Whole hog coming through. Now will be expiring, as does that Transcendent. Gray is vulnerable and gets taken out by Sansum. Shadowburn just would have won. Still, major advantage over to the side of the Washington Justice. Shadowburn now going to be eliminated. Bionade onto 2, soon taken down. Finzi with a sliver of HP. Pops that adaptive shield pick, gets slept Mosquito. Finds 3! Multiple melee kills on the Ana. Just go ahead and close it out. Washington Justice in there, and Paris's final game of the season will be victorious. They take it 3-1.
Final game for both of these two teams was actually a treat. You know, you and I have commentated a lot of regular seasons across multiple esports in our casting careers. And oftentimes these matches at the end of a season that don't have any playoff implications can be quite dull. But this was definitely one of my favorites that we've ever had. Just getting to see the old legends versus the new rising stars here in Corey and Stratus, leaders of the Western world here in Overwatch. And it's a very bright 2020, I think, for both of these teams that have made a real big comeback in the latter half of the season.
For sure. 222 has been quite kind to these guys, so we'll have to see how 2020 fares with the homestand model, traveling around, being able to perform in their home cities. But guys, we got Emily standing by on the floor with Stratus and Arc, so let's go ahead and hear from them.
Thank you, Wolf and Achilles. Emily here, joined by Arc and Stratus of the Washington Justice. Guys, give it up again for both of them. Stratus Hokage, I love it. Now, you guys, this was the last match of your season, and you guys were so dominant, ending in 6-1. How does it feel to end on such a good note? Arc, let's start with you.
I think we're kind of sad that we cannot make a playoff since, like, I think we're kind of dominant right now. So, yeah, only that. I think, except for that, I think we kind of, like, resulted really good in the stage 4, so I'm so proud of my teammates and everyone. Thank you.
Yes, and you should be. Stratus, what about you? How does it feel right now?
So I've got pretty much the same thing to say. I think our team's had a rough season so far, but the stage has been a huge resurgence for all of us, especially Corey. I love that guy. All of us played really well today, and it felt really good. Felt really good being able to come back to stage. So I'm really, really proud of everybody, and I love you, Wizard.
Now, Arc, I want you to talk a little bit about this guy. I mean, this guy is such a goofball on social media. He's really funny. So how does he bring that positive energy and boost morale for you guys?
I don't know, I think he's just kind of insane that he always positive, but I don't want to say that because he's just watching at me right now.
All right, Stratus, I'm going to throw it to you. Tell us a little bit more about Arc. I mean, he's so talented, speaks so many languages, and I know there's a lot of languages going on in your team right now. So how does he kind of bring, you know, all the communication together?
He's our team dad. I think that's the best way of putting it. He's our rock, you know? Anytime we're like freaking out, like there's a bunch of people speaking a bunch of different languages and we don't know what's going on, Arc's always like, this is what we have to do. Calm down. Take a deep breath, ladies and gentlemen. A yoga instructor and dad.
Sounds like a really harsh yoga instructor. You know, as we're going into the Kit Kat rivalry and playoffs, I just want to know, who are you guys rooting for? Who will you guys send positive energy and vibes to? Any favorites? Stratus?
Rascal. Former teammate of mine, I love Rascal.
Okay.
Rascal's a nice guy.
All right. And Arc, what about you?
I think Shock is really strong right now, so same with Stratus.
All right. Well, thank you guys, Arc and Stratus. That's all you guys have from me. Wolf and Achilles, back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Emily. Seeing that shock bias coming out of the Washington Justice players there at the end. A very good close to the season. I mean, bittersweet. You know, very strong performance. 6-1 finish here in stage 4. Just couldn't quite adapt to the 3-3 early enough. Didn't have those late additions as well on the roster.
Yeah, the tank line.
A little bit later. We saw Guido struggling at the beginning of the season. Everything just kind of culminated there at the end. So rough tidings for them, but like we said, it's all looking forward to 2020. It seems like they might be one of the strongest teams. We do have our Omen HP player of the match coming up, though, and it's going to be Sansam walking away with the win.
Sansam, again, performs extremely well on the Hog. Several of these overtime fights and these fights on point were decided by his whole Hogs that he held because he didn't need them in previous fights because his hooks got opening picks. I mean, how many times do we see Cloudy and Finzi die first in these fights because he's able to follow up on the halts from Giannis extremely well. Comes up big on the Diva here as well at the end on Junkertown. And as much as the DPS duo always pops off and always takes the credit, you've got to give credit where it's due to Uncle Sam, man. He's wearing the red, white, and blue, and he wants you with his 64% hook accuracy. There you go.
There it is.
Uncle Sam, man, he's coming for you 2020. Watch out.
Fantastic. I love that we even got the hook in his hand there at the base of it. I mean, well-deserved for Sansam. I mean, great season for both Paris Eternal, great stage 4 especially for them, as well as the Washington Justice. But guys, we're just halfway through the day. Next up, we got El Clasico, Florida Mayhem, going up against the Toronto Defiance, so stay tuned. It's coming at you in just a few.
The Overwatch League is brought to you by Toyota, official North American partner of the Overwatch League. Toyota, let's go places.
What's up, dude? Remember when we used to carpool to LAN parties?
Dude, we've come so far. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for some Overwatch.